Hi everyone, it's Bitcoin from
The Big Chabowski!
with the finals of this 3v3 season. Now before even attacking, I'm still rank 145, which shown how rough this has been for a lot of people, which I can totally imagine not everyone's so much of a fan of this 3v3 stuff. Let me just quickly remind myself of the feats that are remaining if I get to do them at all. Veers and Snowtrooper, and then Rebel Officer, Leia Organa, and Chewbacca. Really quite unfortunate for people who are really high up in GP and just can't really get to these feats. I really wish they would do something about that, because this just sort of stimulates people to collude. Anyway, my opponent this round, Phalanx from the guild Lords of Space. He has an ultimate ray, pretty high lifetime score, currently rank 118, so definitely the strongest opponent I think I've fought this season. Let me just quickly check the ray. So she is health and speed modded. Not too high on the offense, that's what I like to see. Rest of his roster probably has a lot of defensive holds this season with the ray. And yeah, he's got some good GP on me. Definitely a very strong roster all around. And let me check the character here. 277, so in terms of mods I think we're practically even. So yeah, definitely my strongest opponent this season. So he has already attacked. Let me show you what he did. He actually got through my front wall a lot easier than I thought he would. Over here he one-shot everything, no problem. Same thing with the fleet. And then here in the bottom I set my General Skywalker and my Darth Revan. Now he needed 2 extra attempts on Darth Revan it seems, but eventually got through, so maybe he had to burn the specials first, then send in something like Padme, and then clean it up with whatever against Malak. And then in the back over here, I finally set a team that I've been wanting to set the entire season, but I kind of envisioned this to go different, which is the GK team. If you think about it, GK under his own leadership, he gets a 70% defense boost and 30% health boost, and he's constantly handing out Foresight. Now, then you have Zombie and Spirit, which basically forces you to kill Spirit 3 times. And meanwhile, every time you're hitting Zombie or you finally kill Zombie to get the Spirit, then you're forced to go through GK. So basically you have to kill GK first here, which takes a while, and then Spirit is busy one-shotting people. So it's a team I've sort of been saving for the right occasion, but I personally thought that my opponent would keep his Darth Revan for offense, which would have made his passage through the front wall a little easier, and then I thought he would be getting stuck in the back. But he played it a little different. He actually made a change for this specific map, even though the rest of the season he played identical defense, which was the I have Galactic Legend Ray with an ultimate, screw you defense. So he's been setting this all along, and then over here now, instead of the Geonosian team, he put in his Darth Revan, which means I have to clear his Darth Revan in a multi-shot as well. If I even make it through the ultimate ray myself first. So definitely a really challenging Grand Arena for me. If I'm not able to clear this Darth Revan, then my opponent wins. The same goes for the ultimate ray. So quite a lot of pressure on me here to deliver on it, and about 2 hours left on the clock. So let me show you my plan here. I sort of preliminary put bounty hunters on here. I'll see if I go through with that. Then Padme first against Darth Revan, and probably follow up with First Order to clean up Malak. Then in the bottom here, I'll probably start over here with a Kylo fight with Nest, and then 2 of the Feet characters, I guess, against Bastilla. And then Geos up against the Newt team. That's pretty much what I had in mind. The B1, however, under Newt, that one gives me a little bit of concern. Because that B1 probably hits like crazy, so I just want to focus on B1 immediately to burn through his stacks rapidly, and then hopefully I can get him down before I get killed off. So I'll be bringing Sunfac there probably just for the increased health and protection pool, and hope that's enough, because I've seen this go terribly wrong. I might actually revisit that one after doing some initial battles. So that's the plan. Let's get into it. Let's get started with the Ray fight, as one comfortably does. Now, I haven't fought this specific composition yet. I fought Finn and L3, which had substantially less damage, so I'm quite curious how this one is going to play out. I bring my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, Then I put in my Hermit Yoda and my Watt. And these three are supposed to get it done. So again, my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren is modded for health, which means that together with his unique, he has 184k health in total, which means that he should be able to survive ultimates from Rey. Now I actually got his ultimate myself yesterday, which is unfortunately a little too late for this fight, but let's get the party started. So I get to put the health tech on my Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I can stun Finn here. I like to speed up Hermit Yoda a little bit for the off chance that I get to recover some of my health. Alright, I'm glad I didn't push him into the whirlwind territory just yet there. There goes What? Hermit Yoda still standing nicely. I think I will just... I should probably use the AoE here thing, the AoE heal thing. There we go. Oh, I already killed Finn here. That was a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be. Not quite sure if I'm happy about that one. Because now Rey might chain up the ultimate together with the whirlwind. I'll have to be very cautious here. There she goes. Alright, hopefully I'm all good. There we go. Then I should be able to kill him. And then we get to focus on Rey, who unfortunately just put herself into damage immunity, so that's a bit annoying for me. But I shouldn't be killable anymore at this stage. Just need one more basic. And there we go. So pretty clean first fight. No issues whatsoever. Probably less banners than he got against one of my teams in the front wall, but you know, it got the job done. So let's move on to the Bastilla fight then. I don't think they would have the power to get through my nest. She certainly doesn't have the potency to do anything. My nest has 47k health, so I don't think Bastilla's gonna stand any chance there to kill that. So I'll be bringing my Imperial Troopers here, I guess, try to get one of the feats done at least. So it was Veers and Snow. Yep. I could have gone in with Veers lead, I suppose, but it's really not gonna matter at all. Let's just make them waste a little bit of time on me. I mean, they're gonna survive for a little bit, so honestly, it would not have been the worst choice. I should just focus on basics to dispel the buffs, because that gets me my offensive power a lot quicker. The other guys helped me a fair bit here, though. That's pretty nice. It's not much, but it's something. Already burned through the bonus protection on Old Ben there. And then I probably want to focus on Barriss first, because I kind of doubt that Bastilla is going to make a whole lot of progress on Old Ben with Barriss constantly healing. But I'll see. The bonus protection's gone on most of them. I think I could actually already get it done. Let's try this one. Yep. I did get a debuff here from Old Ben. I guess he gets a fair bit of potency. He already was modded for potency, and then with the battle meditation from Bastilla, he got enough to stop me from doing some things there. And there we go. It's a nice 70k hit there. So scoring 47 banners in the front wall so far shouldn't hurt me too much unless I'm not able to full clear. So we'll see how that one goes. Now the Newt one here, I'm actually going to pause for a second and revisit some footage. I recall playing against Newt B1 and B2 and just really getting obliterated with Geo, so I want to quickly look into that one. Right, so I am trying Geos against the Newt team. I had a little think about it because the B1 can hit quite hard if they're debuffed already, but since he's the first to move, he'll do a fair bit of damage, but then I think I can just directly focus him down and drop his stacks really quickly and hopefully get a cleanse in sometime after Django burns to mitigate a lot of damage, and hopefully that will allow me to get through without getting hurt too much. Another alternative is using CLS, but that means I can't do the feat. Again, it's me with the feats taking risks to get those stupid things, but I think I should give it a shot with Geos and see how that one goes. So I'll be bringing Geobird Alpha, Sunfac for the increased health and protection pool, and then my Geospy, and I think they should do just fine. Geosoldier is also an option to try to get a few more turns, but if you compare the health and protection, this guy here, he has 42k, which, I mean, the B1 can probably one-shot. And then this guy here, he has 120k, which is just, yeah, it's 3 times as high. It's kind of a no-brainer there. So let's give this one a shot and hope that it works out. So they're gonna start here with an AoE. Yeah, that's about half my protection gone on some of them, so certainly no walkover there. I don't really have to save my Dispel here because there won't really be any buffs, I think. So I'm just gonna start like that. Just do a basic here because there isn't too much of a reason for me to spec right now. Just drop those stacks as quickly as possible because they're just super dangerous for me. And that should be B1 almost dead. The assists are deadly though. Gotta be careful about those. That's him gone, perfect. And then I'm just gonna cleanse here and focus on Newt for a sec. Yeah, no reason to be concerned. I just remember this one Grand Arena round where I got destroyed pretty hard, but that was against a Newt, with Geos I mean, but that was against a Newt lead team where they brought Separatist droids and those collectively really hurt me quite a lot. So I'm gonna put offense down on him here, focus on him for a little bit, then pull Newt out of stealth if necessary, doesn't look like it. Let's focus him down here, or perhaps not. Absolutely no damage. Okay, that's him dead. And I think I should be able to kill him off here before he gets to move. I hope so. Doesn't look like it, but that's quite alright for me. Okay, good. If the game is willing to load, that would be fabulous. It does not appear the game is willing to load. No stress. Maybe I should pull it out of Wi-Fi and let 3G handle it, but not quite sure what to do here. Let's do that. It has helped me in the past. Unless it causes a game crash, which is pretty tragic. Okay, it worked great. That would have been a really lousy way to lose. Alright, let's look at his back. If he has any strong teams there, then I'm gonna have an interesting challenge. Okay, he doesn't. But he did change it up a bit from the past, I believe. I'm not 100% certain. Some teams are definitely the same, like the Bounty Hunters, but the other ones not so much. Alright, I'll have to see what exactly I want to do against those. But let's just take it one at a time. I have to go against the Darth Revan team up next, and that's gonna decide my match. So really quite worried about that one because I have my GK on defense, and that's quite often what you end up using with Padme. The goal would be to take out both Darth Revan and Bastilla Fallen, and that might be a bit difficult without GK. I do have the extra damage with Ahsoka, but I have to burn their specials first in such a way that I don't get messed up. So for that I'm gonna be sending in my Phoenix here. So hopefully, let me just check their health and protection, and it should be low enough. So the idea is that Darth Revan starts with his Insanity, that will kill my Hera. Then Bastilla will use her Fear, which won't really do too much. Malak is going to knock someone out. And then finally Darth Revan will probably basic. If I could make Darth Revan Force Storm, that would be better. That would be really ideal, because then he doesn't start with that against my Padme team. But I don't think it's feasible. It's a bit risky. If I mess this up and I put in a stronger character like a Gear 12 for example, and Malak kills the weakest character first, then I don't think Darth Revan would use his Force Storm either way. because there would only be one character on the field. So I've seen this go wrong with quite a lot of people. So I don't want to make that same mistake, and hopefully this will help me out to get through. So here we go. Controlled preload. So I'm gonna put it in some lower speed here to make sure I can watch all of the specials being burned. Actually, Zeb survived that, so now he uses his. Oh, this is perfect. Okay, nice. It's kind of what I was hoping that might be possible, that one of them would survive. I thought Kanan was going to be the one. But that works nicely for me. The only risk now is that Bastilla Fallen starts with an ability block on my Padme. That would really, really hurt me. But I don't really have another option here, so I'll have to go in. You're seeing other characters here, you're seeing JKR. I did consider the scenario of JKR, Grandmaster Yoda, and Jedi Knight Anakin, but the issue is that his Darth Revan is 333 speed, and my JKR would actually end up at 332, as he's currently at 312. So he would be just a little bit too slow for me to immediately burn through Bastilla Fallen, so that's just not going to work, I think. I could also try something with Bastilla lead and hope that I survive long enough and don't get feared too hard, but I don't think I would really stand a chance over there. So this is the option that I went with, and I've got to go all in for it. So here we go. Please don't ability block Padme. Yes, thank you. I've been blessed by Bastilla Fallen here, who's playing for my team. Okay, let's hope I can get some. I have a little bit of courage here. Now I don't want to AoE because I don't want to trigger Malak. That would be problematic. Let's hope he can already almost kill her. I get to use my special here. Okay, that's good progress. I hope that I can get through Darth Revan next, though it's looking a little bit unlikely right now. But JKR should be able to handle him in the worst case scenario. Okay, kind of annoying that I have to focus on Malak here, but, you know, gotta do what you gotta do. Oh, please don't. Oh, this is perfect timing for me. But that's not perfect timing. Ouch, yeah, I'm gonna start dropping characters here. Imagine if I get through Malak but Darth Revan stands in the end. Oh, it's so tempting to go for him here. I swear, it's so tempting. But she's not gonna kill him, I know for sure. He's got really high crit avoidance right now. Would be tempted to let it time out here though. I mean, if I could start this off and send him my Kylo Ren unmasked, then he couldn't really drain me out. Though he could heal with his other special. I don't know where that cooldown's at. But I think if I just attack here, then Darth Revan's gonna pick something off. Then Malak's gonna pick something off, and that's the end of it. I don't really see another way of ending this one. Though if Padme can get a bonus turn here, that would allow me to heal back up immediately. So I think I'll have to risk it, to be honest. I think I'll have to risk it. Let's try. There he goes. Oh my, I kind of want to go for Malak here, but if he gets a bonus turn before Padme, then it's game over, so... then again, if I hit Darth Revan here and he equalizes, then I also trigger Malak. Okay, let's... this might be a misplay, but let's try. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. I think I should just basic here, he's gonna be dead. Yes, I can't believe it, I actually just got through in one go, that's beautiful. That saves me my first order team for the other teams. That might have just gotten me the win right there. Awesome. I'm really happy about that one. Like, the ultimate Rey fight is one thing, but this one actually had me a lot more worried. But that was freaking amazing. Holy moly. Okay, well, what do we have left? Let's make a little screenshot here. And work through the remainder of the teams. That is one hell of a way to end the Grand Arena season, I'll tell you that. And I'm glad I risked it there with Padme in the end, really banking on that bonus turn that I was getting there. So I still got my first order. Let's do my... I'm gonna stick with Bounty Hunters against the Night Sisters probably. First order, maybe against Dooku. I'll have to see. Sunfac's gonna dispel me quite a lot though. Not the biggest fan of that. Something that I could do is send in my Kylo here together with... what are their names? Rolo and Chewie. I'll do that. Let me just take him. Put him over here. And then extend this one to the original First Order officer. Let's take a look. I can do Rey Jedi training up against the Bounty Hunters. The Garth team, I could do like a sort of a broken CLS over there with CLS Han and a third. Doesn't really matter. Could be Old Ben here, for example. Against the Hux team, oh yeah, I also still have my JKR, so I should maybe focus on something annoying with JKR. Still have Traya as well, as there are no Geos in the back. That's also a bit of a surprise, to be honest. What makes sense here? Traya against... I could also do Traya against the Dooku team, because the debuffs don't really bother me too much. Sunfac and all of them countering is actually pretty sweet, yeah. So I'll do something like this. And that's more or less the plan. I don't even need any of these guys. I can bring Thrawn to recover some protection somewhere. I could maybe swap something up for the Night Sisters in case there's any chance of me losing, but it doesn't matter, I have one at this point. So I can just do kind of what I like. Maybe it even makes sense to switch these two out. Use JKR over here, and then Bounty Hunters over there. Just kill off Asajj with my Jango, then kind of burn down Acolyte as she's debuffed. Don't really know even like what's the least risky approach. But let's just get started. Start with this bottom fight first, to get my feet. There's probably a leader in the team. It's gonna be Rolo herself. There we go. Put in Chewbacca, and then we go for the First Order. That's both of the feats done as well. So the fact that he kept his Geos for offense and then still ended up struggling a fair bit, that's quite nice for me. Oh, one thing I do have to keep in mind here though is that it's gonna take me a bit of time probably to get through Vandor. I think. Depends a little bit on how much he heals. Chewie here certainly helps me a bunch, and at least I don't bleed his banners. Kira shouldn't be too much of an issue, fortunately. There she goes. And then pick off L3. Ah, nice. That's actually really nice about Chewie here, because he dispels the buff at the same time as he killed L3. There was no revive there. So, perfect for me. Okay, great. Now my opponent already attacked at some point overnight for me, so he's basically been waiting the entire day to see what I was going to do, which is probably somewhat dreadful for him, but I just didn't have any time sooner. I had such a busy day. Alright, let's get the wiggle train started. 3 exposes, please. Beautiful, thank you. And then you always want to focus on Boba first, because Boba can execute, and with a fair bit of buffs on the field, that could hurt a little bit and might make it very difficult for you to recover your protection banners. So for that reason, he is always your first target. Same really goes for 5v5. He's generally the one you want to take out first, unless Jango is a bigger threat. Once he's gone, it's pretty easy to make them spread out the damage and allow you to recover all of your protection on all of your characters. It's just tricky to try to get control of Dengar towards the end so that he doesn't sneakily strip your banners. which does happen quite often. About to get the Illuminated Destiny. Want to focus on Dengar here for a sec because yes, I thought I could already kill him. Ah, this is actually lame. I'm gonna lose my banner here just because my R2 beat my BB-8 to his max turn meter here. Oh well. That's fine. Little competition among droids. So next up then, man, so many choices here for the feat, but again, this is what people do with their Galactic Legend raid. They just kind of set garbage behind it, and that's what this guy went with as well. So the Dooku team here, I think I decided on Traya. So Traya, Scion. I could probably undersize it somehow as well. I could also leave out Scion and put in my Thrawn. Try to recover some protection banners that way. That might actually be a nice choice, because they shouldn't really have the damage to kill me. The only annoying thing is no matter who I leave alive, they're always going to counter. Unless I isolate, I suppose. So let's do that. Traya, Nihilus, and Thrawn. Maybe I can recover some banner on someone. So I want to fracture Dooku first, or maybe Droideka. Let's do Droideka, I don't really mind Dooku stealthing them. I can isolate Sunfac so that he doesn't taunt. And then I'm just going to start draining and focusing on Droideka. Okay, the stealthed hitting on Thrawn, that part I don't really like. I do enjoy the part where he's just gradually kicking his own ass. I get a stun here. A daze. And that's Droideka down. Now, they're mostly full protection. I think if I do a swap to Nihilus here, Traya's probably gonna count as full. So let's do that one. Put some bonus protection upon him, also to allow him to turn meter swap towards the end. And that should make for some nice banners recovered. Take a look. Yeah, just to swap to Traya here should be enough. And hopefully Thrawn can ability block here just before Sunfac moves. Awesome. And there he goes. So if I would have brought in Scion, it would have been 51 banners. So I figured this is a good use of Thrawn over here. Could have also saved him for one of the other fights, but this works out just fine. So let me just quickly sneak because I don't remember which teams I selected. First Order against Hux. That's fine, I guess. And then Bounty Hunters up against the Night Sisters. That one's probably the most challenging fight, I guess, without my Boba and my pretty low gear Django. So let's do that one then. Even if it fails, I'll manage to get through, it's okay. At least this way I have an interesting fight still. So we start with the taunt. I can put down some burning. Now what's nice about having Boba here is that you can immediately ability block Mother Talzin. In this case that's unfortunately not an option. I can get a stun in on old Daka so that she can stun me. Unfortunately no success. Okay, she's low enough. All I need now is one turn from Django and no stun on him, hopefully. Perfect, and that's the biggest threat off the field. And that makes the remainder of this match pretty freaking easy. I'm really happy about that Padme fight. I think I've mentioned that already. But you gotta appreciate it, you know, like it was a really important fight for this match. If I would have lost it or not managed to take out a character, then that would have been the end for me right there. I'm gonna lose a couple banners here probably. That's okay though. I'll take it. Could have been cleaner. Alright, then I still have my First Order, my JKR over here. These could probably do it with just the two of them. I don't really see why I wouldn't need Jolie. They're just gear 12s. Just need to kill them a couple times and then I'm good. So let's undersize this one. Alright, direct focus on Asajj here. Then spread some of the foresight. That's the first kill. Second kill, or not. And then get the third kill in, and now it's just a matter of AoEing Acolyte out and making sure that I keep my protection high enough so that she cannot bother me. The offense up certainly helps here for my AoEs. Wow, that's a pretty hard hitting Acolyte, but it's also a dead Acolyte. Yeah, I kinda lost the banner in the end anyways that I would have saved from that I would have gotten if I brought another character, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Let's see, what fleet do we have? Yeah, so this is the same he's been doing all along. He sets a Radis fleet just to do something different, and I believe he has some really weird reinforcements for it, like Sith, Bomber, Lando's Falcon, and just a couple of other ships that you wouldn't really expect. I think he literally has 2 resistant ships in that lineup. So not quite sure if he's grasped how the fleet works, or if he's just trying to feed a lot of random stuff to force people to drop banners. I don't really know. So other than in the front zone dropping those banners, which was deliberate, I should be pretty clean here. I just stun this guy. Ah, he passes it and cleanses it anyway. No problem. Gained a lot of turn meter over there. That's, I guess, kind of what threw me off. Go for officer next. There we go, and that's the job almost done. Why do you gotta strip banners, man? Well, still got 54. Nice. And then the Karth team, I don't even know what I decided on, but I think I said something with CLS and Han and Old Ben. Could someone recover any protection for me here? Or not lose any? Ah, Old Ben's probably smartest. Finn is also not the worst, just because he can stun. Resistance hero Finn doesn't really add too much. Wampa. Wampa's kind of fun. Let's do Wampa. Old Ben is just definitely gonna cost me a banner. Wampa might not. So I feel like that makes sense. Could have brought C3PO actually. Well, that's fine. We start by stunning Mission. Hopefully that doesn't drop her under. I guess it helps to not have Chewie there. There we go. That should be Karth dead. Mission basically dead. Wow, that was a ridiculously weak mission. Hopefully reduces turn meter, very nice. Now I just want to get one more move with CLS to recover his protection, remove the turn meter, and then it's only a banner lost on Han, which I'm totally cool with. Oh, 2 banners, okay. Who else lost some? Guess it was Wampa, even though he had the bonus protection. Yeah, I guess the AoE there from Karth in the beginning initially stripped it, and even then if he gets bonus protection it doesn't count as full. Okay, that's good to know. I hadn't actually considered that really. Alright, Galactic Republic. I've already won at this point, I think. Actually don't know, yeah. The Galactic Republic. Now, it's a fair point, him bringing in this fleet. I don't know what the ideal lineup is yet. I could try to start with Rex in there, for example, to mitigate some damage. That could be a nice option. I don't think 5s adds too much in the beginning, as I'm mostly focused on their Sun Fac anyways. I could bring in Ahsoka though in the starting lineup. try to take down that 5s a little bit quicker. Sorry, the Sunfec. Let's try this for experimentation's sake. See how it goes. Ooh, that's a pretty dang painful hit from that Poe over there. Not sure my Ahsoka's gonna make it out of this opening round. Okay, well, Sunfec was a generous god. I think I'll focus on him here. Just to get rid of those buffs, they were a bit scary looking. And then I'm going to... there's not much point in me doing the days here, because, yeah, it's gonna be 2 ships assisting. It is nice, but I'd rather have my Ahsoka survive this one. It's definitely gonna bite, but not too much I can do there. Okay, so that's both of their unending loyalty triggered, I think. No, Jedi Knight Anakin still has his. Okay, now I get to call in my blow. I would love to do the AoE days now, but let's be patient. We'll get our chance. Like, what is this reinforcement? It's just so odd. But then again, maybe he doesn't know in what order they get called in either. I don't really know what he had in mind. So let's focus on Rey here. The others should suffer enough. There we go. She's the biggest threat. I think I'll cleanse that. Hopefully 5s can come in and just... Oh, I don't think I'm going to need 5s here. There we go. So 64, it's a little bit less than the normal ones, but it's a pretty clean win. Other than this double shot here on Darth Revan, everything was one shot, and I ended up at 2430 due to dropping some banners here as well in the front for the feats. But really no complaints from me. Nice match against his opponent. He definitely had me worried there with his Darth Revan on defense, and then getting through my front wall with little struggle. So yeah, great match with him. He even messaged me to wish me good luck, so that's awesome because it's the first opponent this entire season I think who has done that. Now I'm gonna get into territory war planning. I've had an awesome season, 12-0 again. I think my rank should be pretty decent too after I collect the feats. Let's take a look at where I end up. 34, so a little bit lower than last season, but more or less around the same. Got some guildmates in here as well. So yeah, it's been a fun run. Thank you all for those who have been following along the season. I hope some of the 3v3 matches helped you. I hope to see it back again next season when I can hopefully try out some fun things. And yeah, I wish you all good luck with your season as well. I'll have my Galactic Legend Kylo for that one. Look at this crazy banner difference here. Even if I would have full cleared that one time where I didn't full clear, I would have gotten like 400 more banners or 500. I'd still be a few hundred off from the top guys here. It's absolutely crazy what they're able to put down. So congratulations to all of these people. See you all, yeah, in the next season.